I have never been more embarrassed to be a Manchester United fan than I am right now. 2-0 down to Grimsby at halftime, completely outplayed by Grimsby. They absolutely dominated us. I know Onana had a howler. I know Onana was at fault for both goals, but Grimsby deserved the lead. And you know what? Grimsby deserved to win today. We got better in the second half because we threw everything at it. We threw all our best players on, and the Grimsby goalkeeper had a masterclass where we maybe could have won it without taking it to penalties. But that does not matter. Even if we had won it 3-2 today, even if we had won the penalty shootout today, that would not change the fact that that performance versus Grimsby Town was an absolute disgrace. Andre Onana should never play for this football club again. Andre Onana should pack his bags and F off. I tried to defend Onana in the past. Give him time. Be patient. I've never seen a worse performance from a Manchester United goalkeeper in my life. I thought the Lyon game was bad, but 3 or 4 of those penalties were right at him, and it was almost like he touched the penalties and pushed it in the back of the net. I could not believe that he could not save more than one penalty, and the penalty he saved was only by fluke. It was almost like he's put bet. Do you know what? If Onana gets called out in the future for putting bets on against Man United winning, then I would not be shocked, because I just cannot believe that he, first of all, let those 2 goals in, but second of all, that is the worst penalty saving technique I've seen in my life. It was so predictable. When he saved the ball, he was getting 2 hands to it, and it's still going in the back of the net. And I could sit here and I could rant about Andre Onana having the worst goalkeeping performance that I've had in my whole life. But you know what? Lamens is going to come in. He can F off. He should never play again. But Ruben Amorim, serious conversations, because right now I'm honestly, and maybe I'm being reactionary, maybe I'm being angry in the heat of the moment, but right now I honestly think that Ruben Amorim, is time to pack your bags. And I said I was going to give Ruben Amorim to December, November. I said that the sample size is too small to judge him. He needs time. And I got told that I was negative. I got told that I was toxic. I got told all of this stuff because a week and a half ago I said I had concerns around Amorim and I could not give him a full season. I could only give him a few games to see improvement. And everyone said that's negative, that's toxic. But honestly, Ruben Amorim was a complete and utter coward today. He couldn't even watch the penalties. There was a meme about him doing battleship on his tactics board. You're 2-0 down to Grimsby and you're going through your tactics board. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, I can't watch the penalties. Cowardly. I was embarrassed by Ruben Amorim today. I want it to work. I wanted him to succeed. We spent so much money on Ruben Amorim that financially to sack him right now after we've just backed him is one of the worst situations we can be in. I want Amorim to work. I want Amorim to succeed, but I have lost all faith in Amorim because he's not adapting. He's not changing. And you know what? A lot of the players are actually quite good today. They were doing quality stuff, but the system it does not work, and he's not changing the system. Maybe I'm being reactionary in the moment. Maybe I'm being negative, but he does not inspire any kind of confidence. This is what I tweeted. What a disgrace from Ruben Amorim and Onana. Knocked out by a Grimsby side that could have scored 4. They had 2 disallowed. Amorim had no clue how to change things. All our best players on the pitch, yet no idea how to score. Just long shots and hoping for individual quality or set pieces. Every goal was individual quality and boom or set pieces. There wasn't any pattern to play. There wasn't any breaking them down. It was set pieces, long balls. We're playing against a League 2 side, not a Premier League side, not even a Championship side, a League 2 side we're playing against. And the system was predictable. Grimsby knew exactly how to defend against us. They knew exactly what we were going to do. We still couldn't build out in the middle of the park. We were still being dominated at set pieces. Their goalkeeper is 10 times better than ours. This is an absolute League 2 side. Yet, we're 60 minutes in and we still can't score. We're throwing everything at it against the League 2 side, and we've played nearly 300 minutes of football without scoring a goal this season, because the Fulham goal wasn't even a goal, it was an own goal. All these new attackers, all this money spent, all this quality on the pitch, yet we were having De Ligt as an overlapping centre-back coming up in the spaces and Boomer should have been in. I honestly, any confidence I had in Amorim is just completely gone after that game. I want it to work. I want Amorim to succeed. I get that his system was great at Sporting and every Sporting fan tells me give him time. I get that this is going to take time for the new players to gel. But when the manager is doing the same thing over and over again, the same formation, the same build-up pattern, the same system that isn't working, that Grimsby Town can figure out and defend against, and he's not changed it in nearly the whole year that he's been here, Where am I going to get confidence in him? You can say, yeah, but it was Onana was at fault, and if it wasn't for Onana, we would have won. Yes, we probably would have won if we switched goalkeepers, but it does not change the fact that that performance was a disgrace from Manchester United. We were predictable, build-up was predictable, we still didn't know how to score with all the players on the pitch. I felt that this system is relying on players to be individually brilliant. It's not getting the best out of our midfielders. It's not getting the best out of our attackers. We can see that. Okay, the defenders have done all right, Mason Mount's done all right, but it's not getting the best out of our midfield and attackers. It's not working. 5 at the back, you let in 2 goals you can't defend. 2 in midfield, we're being overrun in midfield and dominated. And I'm going to say this now, our best player, Kobbie Mainoo, I bet you something, he won't even play a minute at the weekend. The irony of Kobbie Mainoo being our best player today by a mile on the pitch. The irony of that. And also all the people saying, get Bruno to Saudi, Bruno's holding us back, Bruno's holding the system back. This is one of the reasons I've been so protective of Kobbie. Why are we selling Bruno? Why do people want to sell Bruno for holding the system back, sell him to Saudi, he's holding us back, when the system doesn't work? The system does not work. There is no proof of the system working. He's been in 9 months, and other than a good game versus Everton and a good game versus Bournemouth in pre-season, there is no proof of this system working. And he's doing the same system, the same build-up pattern, the same thing again and again and again, hoping it's going to click, hoping it's going to work. When we play Grimsby Town, where there's a different level of quality compared to the Premier League, when their most expensive player costs less than what Casemiro makes a week, and Grimsby Town knew the system, knew how to defend against it, knew how to beat the system, 5 at the back, scored 2 goals. The system does not work. People wanted to send Bruno off to Saudi last week, calling him the problem. The only good thing about that first half is it highlights that Bruno isn't the problem. Bruno doesn't suit the system. Bruno wasn't good the first 2 games of the season, but if you're telling me you wanted to ship off Bruno because you thought he was holding the system back, you're mad. The system doesn't work. Bruno wasn't good. Bruno should have been dropped. Bruno should have been subbed off, but Bruno isn't the person holding Manchester United back. The system doesn't work. We cannot be selling Kobbie Mainoo for a manager that's won 7 out of 29 games, that has finished 15th, lost the final to Spurs, and handed us our single most embarrassing defeat since the 4-0 defeat to MK Dons in the second round of the Carabao Cup. You cannot be selling Mainoo because he doesn't suit this manager's system. It doesn't matter who plays in midfield. It doesn't matter who plays at all. Nobody suits the system. The attack, you can spend 200 million on attackers. The attack is still struggling. The midfield is being overrun. 5 at the back, we can't defend. 2 in midfield doesn't work. And I am just fed up. You look at Xabi Alonso, he's gone to Real Madrid, he's playing a back 4. You look at Thomas Frank, had 2 signings in the door. Tottenham finished below us and he's getting a good tune out of Tottenham. And he's absolutely not been back like Ruben Amorim has. Look at us. The best managers in football adapt. And I said this 2 weeks ago. I got called toxic by a lot of people watching my live stream 2 weeks ago because I said I had concerns that Ruben Amorim won't get the best out of our new attacking signings because I have concerns over the system. And if he doesn't change and he doesn't adapt and we're not winning and we're not scoring by November, I will be Amorim out. And I got called toxic. I am not Amorim out yet. But if Amorim got sacked tomorrow, despite it being a financial mess, I would not complain one bit. I'm not Amorim out yet because I think it's such a catastrophe. I just think it's so bad financially to sack a manager after 3 games after backing him, and I want it to work. But I tell you what, if he was sacked, I wouldn't care. And I got called toxic for saying I give him to November because I'm worried about his system. I'm worried about the attack. This is Grimsby. This isn't a Premier League team. This is Grimsby. The players have no confidence in the manager. When the manager cannot watch the players even take penalties, the players have no confidence in the manager. Everything good today didn't come because of the system, because the system doesn't work. We've seen the system for 9 months. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter who plays in midfield, who plays in attack, how much money you spend. It's not working because the Premier League is different to the Portuguese league. That is a fact, okay? The best managers adapt. Pep Guardiola's adapted his system 2-3 times. Jurgen Klopp's adapted. Mikel Arteta's adapted. All the good managers adapt. Arne Slot didn't get a signing, won the league for Liverpool because he played to his player strengths, not the system he played at Feyenoord. If Thomas Frank is playing to Tottenham's player strengths, not the way that he played at Brentford, the best managers play to their best players' strengths. And one of our best players, Kobbie Mainoo, can't get a minute because that manager can't figure out how to get a tune out of him. It's a disgrace. You know, we're predictable to play against. If this is a Premier League side, it's bad. The fact that this is a League Two side, this is really highlighting the system has so many flaws. We cannot be looking to offload Kobbie Mainoo because he doesn't fit a system that has no proof that it works for Manchester United and in the Premier League. You can say Ten Hag's system didn't work. You can say all the systems before that didn't work. But Ten Hag at least won 2 trophies. We've already been knocked out the Carabao Cup and came 3rd place. Ruben Amorim has done nothing but come 15th. Has a points per game average half of Ten Hag's. Ten Hag, I gave him the full second season because he came 3rd and won a trophy. He deserved my backing. Ruben Amorim has come in and inherited the worst Manchester United side in a long time. I get that. I get that. And the players have been crap, and there's new signings have only just come in and they need time to bed. But I cannot give Ruben Amorim that much time when I have no confidence in the system. But the biggest thing is, I have no confidence in him knowing how to adapt, improve the system. We have build-up issues. We have this issue. We have that issue. We've had this for months. He's not changed how we build up. He's still insisting with this back five. I just don't get it. And when you're 2-0 down to Grimsby, why are you going through your tactics manual trying to figure out what to do? As a manager, you should just know that you've got much better players than Grimsby and play to your manager's strengths. You could have gone to a 4-3-3 the last 20 minutes versus Grimsby, but no, you'd rather play Mason Mount as a left-sided centre-back because you're so stuck on this stupid system. He's not giving the players any confidence. And as I said, all the best managers adapt. All the best managers adapt. He's improved Euro, he's improved De Ligt, he's improved Mount. But all the best managers adapt. They look to get the best out of their best players. Our best player is Bruno Fernandes. The system doesn't suit him one bit. Our second best midfielder is Kobbie Mainoo, our best player today, who probably won't play a minute versus Burnley. The system doesn't suit him a bit. Yes, Onana made mistakes, and if we swapped goalkeepers, we probably would have won the game. But the confidence was bad. The manager fills me with absolutely no confidence. And look, I don't like to be negative. I don't like to be toxic. I don't like to be reactionary. But that is the worst goalkeeping performance I've ever witnessed from Onana. Amorim was an absolute coward today. I felt that Onana was letting the penalties in on purpose. Mainoo being our best player was just funny. And the fact that we couldn't score, break down Grimsby Town was a joke. You spend 200 million on attackers. There's no clue what to do. The only good thing about this performance was Mbeumo got a goal, and it proved that Bruno isn't the guy holding us back. The system doesn't work. I've been a big supporter of Amorim, but this was beyond acceptable. As someone that's been a big supporter of Amorim, as someone that likes to give managers time, as someone that has gone in at the players, today was the fault of Onana and today was the fault of Ruben Amorim. I don't actually think many of the players were that bad today. I think they were trying to do everything they could in a system that doesn't work. They were trying to follow instructions in a system that doesn't work. 5 at the back. I absolutely have never felt more embarrassed or disgraced by this football club. And honestly, if Ineos sacked Amorim in the morning, can you blame them? I think he could be sacked in the morning. I really could. It's not working. It's never going to work. He's got to switch to a 4 at the back system or he's going to be sacked. That's all I'm going to say. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.